Hey guys, how's it going? It's Breakout Bag Lunch, and today is April 14th, 2026. We've had a very strong rally today in equities and also in gold, as you can see here, but unfortunately, that did not amount to a winning day or a super profitable day at least. We're looking at a profit of about $44 on the Express Funded account. The combine was significantly better with a profit of $580. This is my first time trading gold in a while. If you've been watching my previous videos, you know that I've been usually just trading ES. I'm going to talk about why I decided to trade gold today instead of ES and what happened with these trades, since with a strong trend upward should have made a lot of money, right? Let's talk about it in Thinkorswim. Okay. Alright, now that we're in Thinkorswim, let's just go over the trading day. I'm going to start with ES. You know, I didn't take any ES trades. Just for you to get an idea of why I didn't take any trades on ES today. Just in terms of the high level overview, we've been continuing this very strong bullish momentum. We're actually not too far from all-time highs. It seems like the market is climbing up a wall of worry. The all-time high was 7,043 and we're at 69.95 69.96 at the moment of this recording. Anyway, my bias was still bullish. Now, what I like to look for after I see a breakout is a retest. Typically, there is a sizable retest, usually around 50% of the upside move or downside move. But that doesn't always happen, and that was the case today. I was pretty much waiting all morning for a sizable pullback. Yeah, the best we got was this consolidation here, maybe this pullback here. Just tiny moves against the trend, but nothing really substantial and nothing that was large enough for me to be interested in taking a trade. I would have looked for a pullback to this 1 standard deviation band. That's why I have an alert set here, but we didn't even get that. So no trades on ES, and because of that, I decided to look at some other commodities. Well, I should say I decided to look at commodities to see if they had better setups, and that was the case. Now, this upward trend in gold hadn't been as strong as the upward trend in ES. Well, I suppose it was for the first hour or so, but we definitely got a considerable pullback. Now, since we were in a strong trend for the first hour or so, I wanted to see a pullback to the 1 standard deviation band. I wasn't expecting a pullback to VWAP, at least not at first. Now, when we got close to the 1 standard deviation band, notice how we had this bullish momentum here at 1047 or bullish candle, and we were holding this level. So because of that, I decided to go long, and that worked out well at first. But then we had to move lower, and because of that, I sold the longs at a loss. In case you're wondering, I got in this trade with just 3 micro contracts instead of 5 micro contracts that I use for ES. If you know, you know, but gold is very volatile, so it's better to decrease your sizing compared to maybe ES if you're used to trading that. Anyway, I was interpreting this choppiness as weakness, so I decided to go short. And I'm just gonna look back at the Topstep chart. Okay, so I went short at 11:10. That would be this candle here, 11:10 Eastern time, by the way. You know, what I was seeing was, like, we failed to make a higher high from this point, and because of that, I was expecting that we possibly get a move back to go up, but we didn't. There was just more upside momentum, so I lost on that trade, and then I decided to get back in the longs. And yeah, as you can see, that worked out very well. My target was just a bit above this high, which took a while to hit, but it did. And yeah, really, this third trade that I took on gold erased all my losses, and then allowed me to make it just a teeny bit of profit. It's frustrating though, just knowing that the market has been so strong, but I barely made any money today. It is what it is, and it's an improvement from losing. But I think the lesson for today is just making sure I have my stop losses set wide enough. I think I just get stopped out too frequently, or I'm entering too early. If I had just kept that into consideration, I would have had a larger drawdown, but then I would have had only one winning trade on gold, and that would have been a great trade. And when I originally entered the longs, I actually had a better price compared to the third time I tried, or second time I tried going long. And like I mentioned, I do need to review how I set my stop losses. They just might be too tight. Anyway, that's all I have to mention for today. Not an ideal trading session, but it's better than a very bad red day. I will say that I'm glad that I held the long as long as I did. I'm getting used to holding trades on to. I'm getting used to holding onto trades for longer, and that's especially important when there is a strong trend. If you have any feedback, any suggestions, please let me know. I seem to be struggling with choppiness and what to do in these sort of cases. So if you have any suggestions about dealing with choppiness, please feel free to share your suggestions. But if not, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day, and see you next time. Bye.